What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, Amon's Toxic Ammo through 31. Back at it with another video. And today we're going to be continuing our toxic tier list rankings. And today we are going to be doing a tier list of all the AEW men's roster. And before we get into the actual video itself, guys, if you would like to see me do a woman's AEW roster, let me know down in the comments. I'll probably still do it anyways next Sunday. But before we get into the actual video itself, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, it's absolutely free, and number two, we're on the road to 400 subscribers, just 61 away now. Really help out your boy if you did subscribe. That's because for people that have been watching my channel for a while and haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to like the video if you do like my toxic tier list rankings. Don't forget to ring the bell for all notifications on notification will upload. Also do share the video, because also, and can have some more people join the toxic fam, and do feel free to comment as well. But with that being said, let's get right into it, yeah. And also I'll show the tiers. So we have best of the best, which means they're like they're probably at least top 10 AEW men's people, like in the top 10 AEW wrestlers of all time. For the guys, great means they're great, but just edge out, don't make the top 10. Decent booking means they're really good, but they get used decently, but they are not like phenomenal or anything. Okay means they're meh, and then who are ya is I have no clue who these people are. And then toxic trash means they just get booked horribly. So, first up, who are you? I have no clue who that is. I think he's a part of a faction. I don't know what his name is. Sorry if I messed that up, but he's yeah, I've maybe seen him once and have no clue who he is. Next up, we have Action Andretti, which he made his AEW Dynamite debut last year against Chris Jericho in a great match, and surprisingly he won. And he started out really good. I would say he would go into the decent booking, but as of now, he's more of a enhancement talent, which is a shame, because he did really good at the start of his career, because after the Chris Jericho match, he ended up going into the Face of the Revolution ladder match, and also he had that promo segment where he and Ricky Starks were insulting the Jericho Appreciation Society. So, but for as of right now, he's in a tag team with, I forgot who he's in a tag team with, but I'll put him in the okay, because the start of his career puts him there, because that was good. That was really good. But as of now, he doesn't look like he's going anywhere. Then we got Adam Cole, baby. And Adam Cole, this is going to be tough to think. He's in one of these two. Would I put him in best of the best? Because he hasn't won a championship yet. So that's why, I'm hesitant of putting him in best of the best. But, wait, actually, he won the tag team titles with MJF. So I'll put him in great for now, because his career started in 2021, then he got a concussion in a match at the first ever Forbidden Door pay-per-view. Then it was a while, then he eventually came back, then he started to improve a lot more. Well, he always is good at what he does. He's Adam Cole, baby. But he hasn't, won a title yet, but he's had an amazing storyline with MJF. And it's, I would put him in best of the best. I want to put him in best of the best, but I'm going to put him in for great, because there's some people that I believe have had more greater careers than Adam has so far. But whoever knows, in the next few years, he might go up there. Then we got the other Adam, as Adam would call him, Hangman Adam Page. Hangman Adam Page is in best of the best. Buckshot Lariat, that finishing move is amazing. He won the AEW World Championship from Kenny Omega, probably his biggest accomplishment, ended the crazy reign Kenny had. He's a former tag team champion with Kenny Omega, and he's just had a great booking, and he's usually has pretty good matches. Like, last week, he had a good, was that last week or this week? He had a really good match with, Brian Cage, surprisingly, which Brian Cage hasn't been booked as much as he used to, but which we'll eventually get to him. But Adam Page goes into best of the best for me. Then I think what's this guy? I think this is Alan Angels, right? I don't know. It's one of the guys in the Dark Order. I forgot what his name was. Compared to the rest of the members, I feel like he's down here. And remember, guys, this is just my list. Be sure to leave your list down below, because this is my opinion or whatever. It's just, he's the weakest out of the Dark Order, and he hasn't really done anything significant, I would like to say. He has a upcoming 3-on-3 tag match for the AEW Trios Championship, which maybe they'll win. I don't know, but yeah. So he goes into Toxic Trash for me. Then we got Andrade El Idolo, and I'll put him in decent booking. He started out really well. I would say that would be top stuff. He would probably go into the great or best of the best tier. Then, of course, we all remembered he started not getting booked so well, and then he got eventually mad or whatever, and he hadn't appeared for a while. Then he eventually came back earlier this year, and so far he's had really decent booking so far. He's had that phenomenal ladder match with Buddy Matthews on AEW Collision. That was really great stuff. He, as of yesterday, when I'm recording this, he had a good match with Scorpio Sky. And yeah, so far it looks like he's starting to get to the height he once was at the beginning of AEW. So I'll put him in decent booking so far. Then we got Angelico. I haven't watched him wrestle, and I've only just seen clips on YouTube, but he hasn't appeared on television. I'll put him in the Who Are You category, I guess. He's either here or here, because I don't think the AEW's going to make big use of him, so I'll put him above the Alan Angels of the Dark Order. I'll put him in the Toxic Trash category, because they're not going to do anything significant with him, I believe, so that's why he goes there. I should technically take these two together. Where's the other one? So we got 2.0. Where's the other one? Where's the, I forgot what his name was. I'm trying to see here. Where are you? It's something Parker, right? Oh, there he is. Okay. So, as for 2.0, they're both a tag team, so I'll rank them all together. 2.0 are in the okay category. I think after the Jericho Appreciation Society broke up, except for Sammy Guevara and Chris Jericho, they haven't really done anything more significant, and I don't see them doing anything significant, really, but that's why they go into the okay tier for me. Then we got Billy Gunn of the Acclaimed, and Billy Gunn is having, he's a part one third of the AEW World Trios Champions. Where do I put him? He's in one of these two. I think they've used him really well since he's joined AEW, so I'll put him in the it's tough. I'll put him in the decent booking category. I almost put him in great. It sucks. I don't want it. He's great. He's really great. The Acclaimed stuff has been amazing. He hasn't had any amazing 5-star matches in my opinion, but he's still really good at wrestling, even though he's in his late 40s, I think. He still got it, and Yeah, I'll put them in the decent booking for now, because they're great and best of the best are, like, really high bar. So, yeah. Alright, now let's get his team member as well. The 2/3 of the Acclaimed... Wait, where's Max? Okay, there he is. It is Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, the Acclaimed. And... Okay, so I'll move on. Okay, do I put him in great or best of the best? Where do I put the Acclaimed? Because their stuff has been amazing since 2022 when they turned face. This is tough. This is tough. I'm putting him in best of the best. I think they're the best, arguably the best tag team in AEW right now, besides another team which we'll eventually talk about in a little bit. Their stuff with Billy Gunn has been amazing, and their World Tag Team Power Run ended, unfortunately, due to the Guns, but it was still a great tag team run. And then also they're having this trio style run, which is actually going quite well right now. So I'll put them in the best of the best category. The Acclaimed. I have no clue who you are, dude. Who are you? AR Fox. This is a weird one, because, so he started, I think he's a really good wrestler, but he started out, like, as a babyface. Then they turned him heel to join the Mogul Embassy with Swerve Scott and, not Swerve Scott, Swerve Strickland. I got his WWE name confused with his AEW name, and Brian Cage. And that lasted for like 2 weeks, and then he got turned on and eventually turned babyface again. So I'll put him in the okay tier. I would probably put him at the top of okay, because he does have some really good matches. So, but he hasn't done anything significant, in my personal opinion. Arya Daivari. He came from WWE and went to AEW. He mostly has dark matches, so I'll put him... Because he did have that really good faction with a dude which we'll eventually talk about, who's also a former WWE personnel. So I'll put him in the okay tier, but he doesn't really get featured much on Dynamite. So that's why I put Arya Daivari there. He's a really good wrestler. Just they haven't done anything with him. Alright, next up we have the Guns. Where is... Oh, wait. I scrolled too much. Alright, then we have the Guns. Austin and Colton. They started out really well, I think. But they've started to drop. But I'll put them in decent booking, because I really like that... that group that they're starting with Jay White and Juice Robinson. I forgot the group they called it, but I enjoy that storyline, and I enjoyed how them four faced Young Bucks and FTR. So I don't think they're great, but they're in decent booking. And even though I don't think they're World Tag Team Championship material, and I don't think they should have been the ones to defeat the Acclaimed, but for storyline purposes, for the people that they dropped the titles to, I think it made sense. So they go into decent booking. Then we got, I think this guy's name is Bandito. He came from Ring of Honor, I think, right? I'll put him in okay. The only match I've seen of his is, I think he faced Orange Cassidy. That's pretty much it, and it was a good match. So I'll put him in the okay tier. Then we got Big Bill. Big Bill started out kind of rough, and as of now, I would say he goes into the decent booking category. I don't know if I would put him. I would put Andrade at the top of this tier right now, and then Big Bill I would put right behind Billy Gunn. This Ricky Starks manager thing where he's managing Big Bill, I think has really worked. He's had some pretty good matches with Orange Cassidy for his international championship, and yeah, they booked him quite well for a big man, unlike WWE for some other giants, and especially him. This is the guy that is the Young Bucks' their manager or whatever. I haven't seen him wrestle, so I'm going to put him in the Who Are You category. I just know him as the Young Bucks' little person that spray tans them or whatever, so. Brian Cage. Honestly, I'm a really big Brian Cage fan, but he started out really well. I'd put him in the great tier but he kind of fell off, and he's a part of the Mogul Embassy with Swerve Strickland now, and it's one of these two, because I think he has had some decent booking, but he often loses quite a lot, so I'll put him in the okay, because he does have some high-quality matches with some of the AEW roster, but he hasn't really done anything since losing the FTW championship in AEW to Ricky Starks. So, yeah. Then we got Brock Anderson. Honestly, his dad's so much better. I think he's one of the few sons that are not as good as their father, probably, in wrestling. Well, it's neck and neck if wrestlers are great if their fathers are greater than them, or the sons greater than the fathers, if that makes sense. But he hasn't been booked very well, and I don't see them doing much with him. All right, let's get the whole entire. I'll get okay, I'm gonna bring them all three together, because they're all three the trios champions. No, oh wait, no, they're not. They dropped the titles to the Acclaimed. I forgot. Where is Malachi? Where's Malachi Black? There he is. Okay. Alright, so let's put him and Buddy Matthews and, Brody King all together. And I'll put them all in decent booking. They, I think, were the first ones that brought prestige to those AEW Trios Championships, I think. So I'll put them in the decent booking category. They haven't done anything really significant. They've had really top feuds, I think. But that's pretty much it. And I definitely see bright things in the future for the House of Black. Bryan Danielson. I know this might be hypocritical because I said Adam Cole hasn't really won any championships, but Bryan Danielson is in best of the best, because he has brought back his American Dragon persona, which was famous for him before he joined WWE. That's why they signed him. He's in the top 5 best wrestlers in the world right now, hands down, maybe even top 3. His career's ending soon, and he's still got it. He's still amazing at all the matches he has given us, and he has had not a bad match in AEW, and Alright, next up, let's bring these two together. FTR. You remember that tag team I was talking about earlier that is tied with the Acclaimed? This is the team right here. I think they're the best tag team in the world right now, hands down. They've reinvented tag team wrestling. That is for sure. I'll put them above Hangman. I'll put I'll put them above Bryan Danielson, because they are a phenomenal tag team. When they were the Revival, they didn't do anything really, and they did so much amazing stuff with their tag team title runs, both of them. They had great matches with the Young Bucks. Who else did they? Hangman, Adam Page, and Kenny Omega when they were a tag team. Just overall, I could talk about FTR all day. They're the best tag team in the world right now, hands down. That's why they go there. Jericho. Chris Jericho. He's not as great as he once was. His age is starting to show, but he's still great at what he does. So I'll put him in the great tier. I think I'll put Adam Cole above him, because he's starting to get really slower, but he's had some pretty good matches even though he's gotten slower, and Jericho is one of the best for a reason. I know it might be I know you guys are probably screaming at me right now because he's the first AEW champion and he is in contention for one of the greats of all time. It's just he's gotten slower. That's why I haven't put him in the best of the best. Because best of the best is like they have 5-star matches all around. So that's why he goes there. Then we got Christian Cage. Christian Cage is in best of the best. He has not aged a bit, and he is one of the best heels in wrestling as of now. If MJF was still a heel, Christian Cage would be second best, but since MJF's not a heel, he's the best heel in the world right now. You hate him for all the stuff he says, and oh my gosh. He's a phenomenal heel, and you really do hate him, even though you kind of love him at the same time, because he's one of the most underrated talents. So he goes into best of the best. I will put him above the Acclaimed, and yeah, the AEW has seen how great he is. Then we got Christopher Daniels, right? That's what his name is. He started out well, but then he got kind of shoved down the card. So I'm going to put him in the okay tier. I'll put Brian Cage above him because he hasn't done much since SCU. So he goes there. Short but sweet. Then we got best friends. Where's Trent? Where's Trent Beretta? Trent! Where are you, Trent? Where the heck's Trent? Oh, there he is. I was about to go like, where'd you go? So Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor, I think the other guy's name is. They have decent booking, so I'll put them together in decent booking. They haven't won any championships yet. I think they'll eventually win the trios titles with Orange Cassidy, but they've had decent booking so far. They've had some good matches. I loved the little mini feud they had where the Blackpool Combat Club and Lucha Brothers and them all faced each other. I really enjoyed that. Claudio. I think okay, I'll put him in decent booking. I'm a big Claudio Castagnoli fan, but he's mostly been there to elevate Ring of Honor, not really AEW, so that's why I put him in the decent booking category, but he still has high-quality matches on AEW, and this Eddie Kingston match should be good, but it's just, he hasn't elevated AEW. He's been used to elevate Ring of Honor to what it once was, I think. So that might just be me, but I love Claudio Castagnoli. I've always loved him as Cesaro as well. I did not mean to put Brody King in here, bro. Then we got CM Punk. Ooh, the hot take. He is no longer with the company, so this is gonna be tough. This is probably the toughest one on the list because he's not part of the company anymore, but what he did for the company, I'll put him in the... This is tough, because he's not, or it shows he's not really a good I mean, like, he's done some good stuff in the past, but from the All Out and All In incidents, yeah, it shows he's not really the nicest person, but I'll put him at the back of great. I almost put him in decent booking, but just, he's CM Punk, one of the greatest talkers of all time. In WWE, he would probably go in best of the best, but he doesn't get quite there. Same sort of story with Chris Jericho. He got kind of slower but he still had great matches, for example, against MJF, John Moxley. He had a lot of great matches, but we're never going to see him in AEW again. I mean, maybe we will. Who knows? But yeah, he goes there. All right. Next up, we have Colt Cabana. Colt Cabana has not got booked well. I would put him in or should I put him in the back of okay? Because Colt Cabana, Ring of Honor, I've heard many great things about, but he hasn't done much. So I'll put him in the okay, because when he was a part of the Dark Order, he was getting pushed pretty well. But after Brody Lee passed away, I think he started to fall down the card and isn't as great as he once was. So I'll put him at the back of okay. Then we got Danhausen. I was trying to do my impersonation of him. Danhausen is currently injured as of the recording of this, and Danhausen, I will put him in the great tier, because he's one of the funniest wrestlers out there right now, arguably, I'll pretty much say. I love how he's, Orange Cassidy's lawyer. I think that's really funny. Alrighty, continuing onward, we have, is that Daniel Garcia? Daniel Garcia, I will put in decent booking, especially like last year when Chris Jericho had the Ring of Honor World Championship. He had a lot of good booking there. Like, I loved the Bryan Danielson storyline where he had to choose Bryan Danielson or Chris Jericho. As of right now, he's not doing so well. Like, he's having some good matches here or there and winning some matches, but he wasn't as great as he was last year, but he's had some solid booking, so I'll put him in decent booking. Then we got Top Flight. Where's the other dude that's a part of the tag team? Top Flight. I'm looking here. I'm trying to look here. Where is he? I don't know. We'll get back to him anyways. And I'm pretty sure he's even better than his tag team partner. So I'll put him in decent booking because there was like a point where he had a solo career or whatever, and it was really good. So yeah, Darby Allin, come on, we all know where he's going. We all know where Darby's going. Easily best of the best. Probably one of the most iconic AEW wrestlers. Probably. Just great wrestler, and I hope eventually he wins the World Championship. Nothing else to say. Amazing. And I'll put him right behind Bryan Danielson. This is his tag team partner. Okay. He's not as great as his tag team partner. That's the only exception there. Dustin Rhodes, as of late, decent booking. It's not phenomenal, but it's decent booking. Eddie Kingston. Now, here's my pick for the most overrated wrestler. I think he's good, but I don't think he's like amazing. I'll put him in decent booking. I think I'm excited for his Claudio Castagnoli match coming up on Dynamite, but otherwise, I think he's kind of overrated. I don't know why. He just he never could click with me as much as other people, so I'll put him in there. And okay for Ethan Page. He's never been used very well, I don't think. It's unfortunate because I think he has the physique of a great wrestler, but yeah, I think it's okay booking. I like the Hardy stuff that he's going through right now, so I like that. Evil Uno, same sort of story, okay. I would say the two Dark Order, there's one Dark Order member that would go into decent booking, and the other one would go into the Who Are Ya category, maybe. So, yeah, just as a point of reference. He has some decent booking, but it's not really amazing. I've seen this guy pop up in Sammy Guevara vlogs. I have no clue who he is, so who are you? Where are you? Hook. Hook had a long undefeated streak for a while until Jack Perry broke it. And Hook I'll put in the great tier. I think he's up there for one of the best submission specialists out there. He's the current FTW champion and a two-time FTW champion. And yeah, I think he's really great. I like Hook. What's this guy's name? He's one half of the Private Party. Is that what the group's called? Isaiah Cassidy. That's what his name is. Decent booking. Because, like, after the cinematic match with the Hardys and Ethan Page's group, I thought he had some pretty good booking, so I'll put him there. Moxley, we know where he's going, bro. The current AEW International Champion. He is going into Best of the Best easily for me. Out of the Shield, I think he's been the most successful outside of WWE. I know that might be a hot take towards Tyler Black fans, but he is really great at what he does, and he's starting to get slower, but he still had great matches. If I had to pick one flaw about Mox, is why does he have to bleed every single time for his matches? So, but Mox is definitely one of the best and a guaranteed AEW Hall of Famer. Then we got Jack Perry, who's suspended because of the CM Punk incident, and I will put him in the... Do I want to put him in the great? Yeah, I'll put him in the great, because I do like his heel work, but he's not nearly as great as he was as Jungle Boy. So, Jungle Boy was a very good, character that you would want to root for, so he goes there. Then we got Jake Hager with a purple hat. I loved Jack Swagger in WWE, even though, yes, he would get booked horribly. They have not done him any favors in AEW. It started out fine, then it started whoop, and I'm a big Jake Hager fan, but I gotta put him in the toxic trash category. I'm sorry, they just have been booking him terribly, honestly. I think out of the Jericho Appreciation Society, he's the one that has been booked and mistreated the least. And treated the least. I don't know. You get what I'm saying. Then we got Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal also goes into decent booking. I don't think he's, like, great or best of the best, but I do like his tag team with Jeff Jarrett. I'm fond of that. And also, he's had some really good matches, and I think he does have a bright future ahead of him. Then we got Jay White. Okay, this is going to be hard to tell because his AEW career kind of just started. But for right now, I know if we're talking about outside of AEW, he would go into probably best of the best, but his AEW career kind of just started, so I'll put him, like, at the top of decent booking, because it just started, so I can't judge it, really, properly. Jeff Hardy. I'm a big Jeff Hardy fan, too, but he goes into decent booking. It's just been kind of on and off for Jeff Hardy because of his alcoholism, so he has had to take, like, breaks twice now, and he's starting to get slower. I think not as slow as Matt, but he's having some decent booking in there, and I would like to see him and Matt win the tag team championships one more time in AEW. Miro. If you would have asked this, like, probably 4 months ago, Miro would probably go into the decent okay because he wasn't having really good booking, but he's going into the great tier. They have really came back and made him happy, where he's having really good matches. He had a good match with Powerhouse Hobbs. I like the storyline where they brought CJ Perry into the mix, so aka Miro's wife. Hopefully he wins, like, more championships. Then we got Jeff Jarrett, who I was talking about Jay Lethal earlier. Jeff Jarrett goes into, I would say, like, at the bottom decent booking, because same sort of thing with all these other legends. He's starting to get slower, but he still got it. So I don't think he's great or best of the best, but yeah. Then we got John Silver. John Silver is probably the best booked out of the Dark Order, so I'll put him into decent booking because he just got a win over Anthony Bowens on Collision yesterday. And I think he's the most iconic out of the four, if that's the right word, but yeah. Then we have then we have Johnny Elite, or John Morrison, formerly known as John Morrison. Man, it sucks. Same sort of thing with Jake Hager. I'm a big John Morrison fan, but they haven't really booked him well. He's been, most of the times I've seen him on TV, he loses. He lost to Samoa Joe in his debut match, which I thought was fine. But then he lost again to a returning Miro, and supposedly the only match he won was a dark match, which, if you know dark matches, that is not a good sign. So, yeah, I like Johnny Elite, but has been booked very well. Then we got, who are you? Who are you? I have no clue who you are. Juice Robinson, same sort of story with, Jay White. His career kind of just started in AEW, so I can't really comment on it too much, because it's just starting. Keith Lee, same sort of story with these three gents. Started out well. I liked the tag team of Swerve and Our Glory, but after they lost the tag titles, it started to fall down. Then they tried to start a mini feud and gave him like a brand new look, which you see on the on his picture there, and it didn't work. It didn't work. Kenny Omega, come on, we all know where he's going. Toxic Trap. No, I'm just kidding. Kenny Omega, man, he's been one of the best wrestlers for the world now, in the world entirely now, and he's best of the best. There's no questions asked. I'm pretty sure we can all agree there, and yeah, he's just a 5-star matchmaker every single time. Kip Sabian, he started out as this guy that's like married to this one girl or whatever, and he introduced Miro, and then he disappeared for a while. Then he eventually came back with this interesting like gimmick. I don't know, it kind of gave me Alice in Wonderland vibes, which I was digging. And then he lost to Orange Cassidy, and then he mostly is an enhancement talent after that. He's mostly been losing to people, so I'll put him in the okay tier, because when he came back, I thought it was really cool. So I'll put him okay. Then we got Commander. Commander, I have no clue who he is. I just saw a match with him and Mox one week, and that was pretty much it, so he goes there. Then we got, wait, what's his name? Why am I forgetting his name? Takeshita? No, it's not Takeshita, is it? I forgot. Why am I forgetting his name? He's, like, really cool. Anyways, I don't know why I'm blanking out on his name, guys. I'm tired for some reason. I'll put him in he's having some really good, decent booking so far. He got a huge win over Kenny Omega at All Out in a really good match. And, I think he might win the World Championship soon. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's just, he has, what's that guy's name? I forgot his name too now. I don't know why. But it looks for, like, bright things ahead for him. Then we go Aussie Open. This is his tag partner, right? Aussie Open is having some decent booking right now, so I'll put them in the decent booking category. I don't think they're nearly getting as booked as great as Will Ospreay is, which we'll eventually get to him, right? I can't tell if he's on this tier list. I don't think he's on here. So, but yeah, I think they're getting booked pretty good. Yeah. Where is Bobby Fish? I gotta talk about Kyle and Bobby. And for some reason, they do not have Bobby Fish on this tier list, but, or at least I'm blind. I don't know. Things started out well. Same sort of story with all these three gents here. Things started out well, then they fell. As soon as Adam Cole got concussions and disappeared, they started to disappear as well. So, yeah. Lance Archer, he's had, this is tough. I think he's had okay booking. For the first few years, he was having a great booking. Then, I would say around 2022, he started to fall off. And they started not using him as much. I don't know if he's wrestling in New Japan, that might be why. So they don't use him as much, but ever since Jake the Snake kind of became manager a few months after that, I think his career started to fall off. That might just be me, though. I have no clue who this is. Who are you? Lee Moriarty, okay booking. I think when they formed that faction for, like, 2 weeks with MJF, Big Bill, and Lee Moriarty and Ethan Page. I thought that was a pretty interesting idea, but they haven't booked Lee Moriarty as the big person in that group, so yeah. Luchasaurus, the current TNT champion, and I'll put him at the top of decent booking. I really do like this storyline, how Christian Cage thinks he's the TNT champion and Luchasaurus is defending his belt, basically. I think he's having some decent TNT championship matches, but I don't know. Just they haven't really used him much, really. I have no clue who this dude is. Who are you? Then we got Mark Briscoe, right? What's his name? I think it's Mark Briscoe. He's had some really good booking. He hasn't popped up since the special guest referee tag team match where FTR faced Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett, but he's had some good moments of the company so far, so I'm putting him in the great tier. I'd like to see more of him, so yeah. Jade Cargill's manager, I forgot what his name was. Honestly, he's not really one of the best managers in AEW right now, so he goes there. Then, I have no clue who you are. Who are you? Then we got Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy goes next to his brother in decent booking. I think I like their tag team stuff right now, but yeah, just basically the same thing that happened that I said about Jeff Hardy. Then we got the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks are in the best of the best too. All three, I would say they're among the best tag team in the world right now besides FTR, but I would still give the edge to FTR, so I'm going to put these two in best of the best. I think that's an obvious pick for most of them. They are, and they've been on top of the tag team mountain for a while now. So we'll move the Acclaimed at the bottom. So, yeah. Matt Sydal. Okay. I'll put him in okay, because he doesn't really pop up that often, or really, unless if it's like Rampage, that's pretty much it. He doesn't pop up that much, and he isn't as great as he was as Evan Bourne, so I don't think they use him really well, so I put him in okay. Pac. I will put Pac in, do I put him in best of the best or great? This is tough. I will put Pac in, who all do we have left here? Yeah, I'll put Pac in the greats here. I almost put him in best of the best. I don't know, because he has some really great 5-star. You know what? I'm doing it. Pac goes in best of the best. The AEW capitalized when he eventually got fired from... Well, did he get fired or did he walk out? I forgot what happened, but after being let go by WWE, the AEW capitalized and made him probably one of the best wrestlers in the company. He's had great matches with Kenny Omega, Orange Cassidy, the first ever what's the championship called? International champion. So, yeah, Pac goes there. Then, what? Who are you? MJF. Ooh, this is tough because I really like MJF. He's the AEW World Champion right now still. I love this storyline he's having with Adam Cole. And he's probably one of the best talkers in wrestling history, but I'll put him in the great. And he's a good in-ring worker, too. It's just, I don't think he's nearly as great as these people above him, but he's still great, though. And look, I put him right next to Adam Cole. That's ironic. Then, I'm probably going to rank Rey Fenix and Penta separately because they get used separately sometimes. So Penta goes into the great tier. I think they use him quite well. He actually challenges for the world championship on her a few times, so that's cool. And his tag team with Rey Fenix is great, so I'll put him in the great. Mr. Brody Lee. Before rest in peace. Mr. Brody Lee was booked really great. I don't think he's best of the best because unfortunately we never got to see him with a world title, so maybe that would have put him up here, but he's still great at what he did. And probably one of the best, short title reigns of the TNT Championship, so I'll put him there. Who are you? I have no clue who you are. Nick Wayne, I'm pretty sure this guy's name is the guy that's been trained by Darby Allin. His career just started, so I'd say decent booking so far. He hasn't really... I think this Christian Cage storyline's intriguing, so he goes there. QT Marshall goes into okay. He hasn't been really booked as much. Booked well. I think the only time he got booked well was, when he was kind of Powerhouse Hobbs manager, so. Orange Cassidy. That title run with that championship you see right there in that picture solidified him as one of the best. I would probably put him... I would probably put him against I almost put him above FTR, but he's this close to beating FTR because that title run solidified him for me. He had nonstop great matches. I loved his international title run, and I hope they capitalized on his popularity after his championship run and give him a world title because I think Orange Cassidy really does deserve it. Ricky Starks. Ricky. I think he's both good as a babyface and a heel, and I think he's had a great career so far. He eventually will win the world title, I think. He has quite good charisma, and I think he can hold his own against anybody that's like MJF or something in a promo battle, so... Ricky is really great, so I'll put him there. I accidentally put Matt Hardy in the great. Oops. I forgot if this is this Santana or Ortiz? I think it's Ortiz. Ortiz, I haven't seen him in a while, so okay, I guess. I forgot this guy's name was, but he used to be Harlan. So Harlan, I will put in the okay, along with his manager, Ariya Daivari. Where is Ariya Daivari? Where'd Ariya Daivari go? Where'd he go? Did I put him here? Who cares? Paul White. Big Show, and he hasn't wrestled much, and they've used him as a commentator role. I expected them to use him as a wrestler. He's wrestled sometimes, but not all the time, so that's why he goes there. I don't know how to put this because he hasn't wrestled yet, and he only appears random times. So I'll put him in the okay tier, I guess, because he hasn't started wrestling yet. So I'll put him there. AKA Brody Lee's son. Who on earth is this? That looks weird. I mean, who on earth, bro? Powerhouse Hobbs. Powerhouse Hobbs, I think, was robbed of his TNT title run. I wish we could have seen him defend that title a little bit more. But he's had a decent career so far. Really decent career. He became the face of the Revolution. And yeah. I'll put him there. This is the former number 10 of the Dark Order. I think he should have stayed as number 10. He has not been booked really well after his 10 gimmick, so he goes there. Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong has had, I think, after Jericho, he beat Jericho, he didn't appear as much. Then he popped back up for the MJF and Adam Cole storyline. So I'll put him in decent booking so far because he is getting featured. So, yeah. Next up, we have Roosh. Roosh is decent booking. He hasn't done anything, amazing, but he's had decent booking. Sammy Guevara. This is my moment to shine. This is my type of flight. I forgot what the rest of the song was. Sammy goes into the great tier. Should I put him in best? It's neck and neck. I would probably say the people above him in the best of the best are greater than he is by only a slight bit, but he's still great. His athleticism is really cool. I think he's better than Ricochet, most of the high flyers in WWE right now. Most of the AEW people are. And he's had really good matches. And I loved his TNT title reign stuff. So he goes into the great tier. Alrighty, I'm pretty sure this is the final stretch here. We only got a few more guys left. So we got Samoa Joseph. He's been booked way more better than he ever was in WWE. I will put him in the great tier. He's going to be facing MJF in a match on AEW Dynamite this week, which I think is going to be a really good match. Hope it would be interesting to see Samoa Joe with the world title, and I think he could be a really great heel champ. This is Santana, right? Santana was revealed as the final person of the Blackpool Combat Club to represent them in the Stadium Stampede match, and I think he's had some decent bookings so far. I think he's been booked way more better than his brother has, but he hasn't done anything outstanding, but he's had some really good bookings so far. Satnam Singh, a.k.a. Great Khali 2.0. Okay. As a manager, he would probably go higher, but as a wrestler, yeesh. Then we got Scorpio Sky. Wait, how does his song go? I forgot what his song goes like. But he is really great. He's impressed me. I originally thought he was overrated, and now looking at it, he's actually really good. I loved both his TNT title runs, and his feud with Sammy Guevara, and his tag team with Christopher Daniels was good. SCU, that was really good. Wait, did I say Christopher Daniels was a part of SCU? I'm sorry, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, that's weird. Now that I pointed that out. Who are you? Sean Spears. This is tough because... Okay, he's had... The start of his career, he started out really well. Then, I think after the pandemic era ended, he hasn't been booked much at all. And Sean Spears, I don't know if I think he's been booked better as Sean Spears than Ty Dillinger, but only by a slight bit. He's one of those wrestlers that hasn't been booked as great as they were in WWE. Like Jake Hager, aka Jack Swagger, was booked better. John Morrison was booked better. Big Show was definitely booked better. Kyle O'Reilly was, and Keith Lee, all those guys. But he's had, out of the guys down here, he's definitely had better careers than them, I'm pretty sure. Rey Fenix. I will put him in decent booking. Now, you guys are probably wondering, why didn't you put him with Pentagon? I think Pentagon, they see more as world title material, and I think they see Rey as more like mid-card material. So, I kind of see it that way too, but I think Rey is still great, and I think if he won the World Championship, I think he would get compared to Rey Mysterio a lot, and I think he would get tired of it, so if that makes sense. Then we got, I forgot this guy's name was, but the manager for Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. I think he's a funny manager. I'm gonna put him in decent booking. He's really funny as their little mouthpiece and whatever. And yeah, it's funny to see him get punched in the face or whatever. Then we got Sunny Kiss, which Sunny Kiss started out booking decently, but now she's kind of she or he is it they've kind of disappeared. So I will put them in okay, because they've kind of disappeared. I think she mostly just has dark matches now anyways. Now Sting. Woo! Sting, for his age, I've never seen anybody wrestle as great as he has. He's still putting on some decent matches and doing some crazy stunts, and he's one of the best of all time. I will put him in great. He's still a little bit slow, but he's still really fast for his age because he's 63 and he's still wrestling, which is insane. So he goes into the great tier. Then we got, Stokely Hathaway. There we go. That's his name. Stokely Hathaway goes into, I would say he's a better manager than this guy right here. I forgot what his name was, but the pencil head guy. I think he's great. I think that was the right choice. I think he's managing Jade Cargill still, which I think was a smart choice. And I think he started out managing her. I don't think he's managing her anymore, but he is, I think, a really underrated manager, and he's really good. The other guy, the Dark Order, I don't think he's a part of the company anymore, right? Toxic Trash, they didn't really use him as much as Evil Uno and John Silver, so, yeah. Swerve Strickland, when Swerve and Our Glory was just starting, the tag team was not working for me, then they won the tag titles, and I think it was helping Keith Lee more than Swerve, but, as soon as he turned heel, I've really enjoyed the stuff he's done. So would I put him in decent booking or great? I'll put him in decent booking because he still loses, but they are using him quite well right now. They've been using him quite well right now. Then we got the Butcher and the Blade. Okay, booking. They same sort of thing. So I think 2020 they debuted, right, with the bunny, and they had very unique looks about them, but they started out well. Then I would say when the crowd started to come back, they started to fall down the card, and they don't get used much. They mostly just get used as enhancement talent, so that's unfortunate, and I unfortunately got to put them there. Tony Nese. Tony Nese is not getting booked well. Okay, because he still gets booked against high-quality, AEW performers. He had a match with Bryan Danielson. His debut match was against, I think it was... his debut match was against I forgot who was TNT champion at the time, but he faced the TNT champion in a match, in his debut match, which was cool. I think he faced Swerve Strickland in his first ever match. Swerve Strickland. His first match, not Tony Nese's, but Swerve's first match. So he's had okay booking so far. It could have been a little bit better. Wardlow, who has disappeared. Is he injured again? Let me know down in the comments. And Wardlow goes into great. I really enjoy the Powerbomb Symphony as his finisher. I think after he left MJF, he became one of the top stars in AEW. He's had really great matches with Samoa Joe, Scorpio Sky had a really good match. Orange Cassidy and him had a pretty decent match. What other matches did he have that were really good? He had a good match with Powerhouse Hobbs, which was a last man standing match, so that was really good. And yeah, Wardlow's great. Then we got Wheeler Yuta. Wheeler Yuta started out booked not well because he was part of the Best Friends faction, which Best Friends haven't been used as much, and I think, like, I don't think Best Friends were used greatly when he was a part of the group, so it kind of worked out for both of them because Wheeler Yuta is in the great category. I think he should have been the one to defeat Orange Cassidy, even though I'm enjoying Jon Moxley's title run so far. But Wheeler Yuta, I think it would have made storyline sense if he was the one to beat Orange Cassidy. But he's had, he won the Ring of Honor Pure Championship twice, which was good, cool. And, yeah, some of you guys might be going like, it's just the same with Claudio. Claudio is different because he's been mostly used to enhance Ring of Honor. Wheeler Yuta does pop up quite a bunch of times and stuff, so he goes into the great tier. Then we got, this might be one of Quincy Elliott's guys. I don't know. Who are you? But with that being said, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this toxic tier list ranking. But before we get to actual ending the video itself, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Because number 1 is absolutely free. Number 2, we're on the road to 400 subscribers, just 61 away now. And we're really how about you, boy, if you did subscribe. That's because for people that have watched my channel for a long time but subscribed yet, don't forget to like the video if you do like my AEW, my toxic tier list rankings, and if you would like to see my women's AEW roster tier list ranking next Sunday, don't forget to ring the bell for all notifications on notification. I'll put us to share the video because I'll help me out, and we can have some more people join that toxic fam, and do feel free to comment as well. But with that being said, guys, I'll see y'all next one, everybody. Peace.